Morning, Lorianne. Hi, sweet girl. Let's see who has joined us. Hi, Jill. Hi, York. Hi, Benki. Good morning, Lorianne. It's great to have you all here. I asked York yesterday what he loved about Magdalene so much, and he said her unconditional love. And that's exactly how I feel about her. She loves. She just loves. Jay's the same way. Yeshua just absolutely loves. Work on that daily. Okay. So we're on a new section called oh, thank you. We're in a new section called What is the Ego? Here's the commentary. This is section 12 of the second part. The ego is idolatry, the sign of limited and separate self, born in a body, doomed to suffer and to end its life in death. It is the will that sees the will of God as the enemy, and it takes a form in which it is denied. The ego is that proof that strength is weak and love is fearful, and life is really death, and what opposes God alone is true. The ego is insane. In fear it stands beyond the everywhere, apart from all, and separate from the infinite. In its insanity, it thinks it has become a victor over God himself. And in its terrible autonomy, it sees the will of God has been destroyed. It dreams of punishment and trembles at the figures in its dream, its enemies, who seek to murder it before it can ensure its safety by attacking them. However, the Son of God is egoless. What can he know of madness and the death of God when he abides in him? What can he know of sorrow and of suffering when he lives in eternal joy? What can he know of fear and punishment and of sin and guilt and of hatred and attack when all there is surrounding him is everlasting peace, forever conflict-free and undisturbed, in deepest silence and tranquility? To know reality is not to see the ego in its thoughts, its works, its acts, its laws, and its beliefs, its dreams, its hopes, its plans for its salvation, and the cost belief in it entails. In suffering, the price for faith in it is so immense that the crucifixion of the Son of God is offered daily at its darkened shrine, and blood must flow before the altar where its sickly followers prepare to die. Yet only one lily of forgiveness changes the darkness into light. The altar to illusions, to the shrine of life itself. And peace will be restored forever to the holy minds, which God created as his Son, his dwelling place, his love, his joy, completely his, completely one with him. So beautiful. And the lesson for today is lesson 331. 131. Hey, Vinky. Welcome, my love. There is no conflict for your will. Let me repeat that. There is no conflict, for my will is yours. How foolish, Father, to believe your Son could cause himself to suffer. Would he make a plan for his damnation and be left without a certain way to his release? You love me, Father. You could never leave me desolate, to die within a world of pain and cruelty. How could I think that love has left itself? There is no will except the will of love. Fear is a dream, and has no will that can conflict with yours. Conflict is sleep, and peace is awakening. Death is illusion, life eternal itself. There is no opposition to your will. There is no conflict, for my will is yours. Forgiveness shows us that God's will is one and that we share it. Let us look upon the holy sights forgiveness shows today, that we may find peace, the peace of God. Amen. Gorgeous is that. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, bring through our beloved Magdalene. And her unconditional love for us. Mm. Greetings, beloved ones. There is a poem that says, I will to will thy will. The act of free will, beloveds, the very choice that was given to us in our creation, is to choose source, to choose love, to choose light, to choose the will of God. When we choose to be in alignment and in concert and in harmony with the will of God, we energetically enter into a realm, a state of beingness where no harm can come to us. It is a divine state in which we think with the mind of God, we love with the heart of God. In our lives, beloveds, we are given teachers, we are given mentors, we are given role models who have shown us by leading the way what it is to be one with our Creator. And yet, by default, through lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, we have come to rely upon the ego of the body. The ego is the very device that has kept us from being able to remember what it is to be touched by the will of God, what it is to reach out and say, what would you have me do, Creator? Where would you have me go? What would be the next step that I could take that would bring me closer to you? We think that we are the ones steering our ships, and we steer them right off the edge. We steer them into storms. They crash and they burn, and then we come back and we say, let me try that again and again and again and again. Beloveds, were you to say, Jesus, take the wheel. Were you to say, I will, source itself, steer my ship, you would truly have smooth sailing. The will that you believe that is yours, beloveds, has been managed by an ego that thinks that it knows better, that thinks that it can make decisions in its own best interest. And yet, the egoic mind is the one that seeks protection. Beloveds, there is no need for protection, and there is nothing that can be harmed. Understand that a being that has been a warrior for incarnation upon incarnation upon incarnation would look for wars, would be dressed in battle gear with weapons in hand, saying, come at me, let me fight you, let me show you that I can best you. But beloved, the day that you lay down the weapons and take off the armor, the way that you are raw and pure and innocent. And you come to the Creator and you say, I've tried my way for infinity. Show me how to do your way. Show me how to love. Show me how to be. When you surrender your will, your conscious will, to the will of God, there's such a celebration, beloveds. There is such a sound of joy that is heard throughout the kingdom. For another being has woken from their slumber and has said, yes, now I remember. I will to will thy will. Oh, Father, Mother God. I will to be as I was created, not as my egoic will has decided to be. I will to be what my teachers taught me that I truly am. Love incarnate. And as you breathe the breath of life that is God's breath, and you exhale into the I am knowingness, you become one with all that is, the truth of you, not the lies of you, beloveds. Not the places where you feel scared and alone and sad and forlorn. You come to remember that every being that stands before you is God speaking to you, saying, come home, beloved. Come back to the truth of you. Come back to the light and the love of you. For that is the journey of a soul. You are willing to lay down the ego and say, I surrender. When you attempt to hold on, beloveds, you do not have the hands open to receive the love of God. So let go of the weapons that you've been holding on to. Let go of the armor that you've been protecting yourself with. And instead come purely to the truth of you, the blessing that you are. I love you. I always have and I always will. And I am here to remind you, beloveds, of the truth of you. By surrendering to the will of God, everything that you want and everything that you have ever desired is granted to you immediately. You are cleansed of every notion that you have ever had that you are anything less than the pure love that is the truth. Go with my blessings, beloveds, always. And know that I will speak with you again. Thank you all for coming. Yeah. It's a beautiful, 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 beautiful. Some tears are so cleansing and so releasing. I love having you guys here. Thank you so much. She does care for us like a sister. Thank you, Marianne. I love you all, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Thank you, you too, lovey.